Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new episode of the Atlantic Navigators franchise mode here in NHL 20. It is episode number 5, and in the previous episode we did go over the rest of the season of the 2019-2020 season. We did the draft as well as got some more players in free agency. As you guys can see here, I did sim one game with a 4-3 win in the first game of the preseason. And Mike Hoffman is starting things off hot with a 3-goal hat-trick game. Start off the preseason. As you guys can see here, here's a few pictures of the guys in the uniforms. You guys can see Torrey Krug rocking the C, Anthony Duclair with the A, and there's Braden Holtby with that nice looking equipment. Some nice looking jerseys with the boat in the middle for the Navigators. So in this episode, we're going to do a few months of simulation. I want to go at least to the trade deadline. As you guys can see here, this is our new look team. We are going to put Sammy Blais in the first line. See if he can grow because he's a 24-year-old, 82 overall, top 6 forward potential. While Charlie Cole is 28 years old, 83. So I can always change up these two guys. It gives me some flexibility. Now, Denis Gurion, 84 overall. He's a guy we got in the expansion draft from the Dallas Stars. He is a former first-round pick in 2015. He was in the 70s. I know high 70s overall, I believe, when I got him. Was an elite potential. I put him in the minors on a top line with the Halifax Battalion. He grew up to an 84, so he's going to be on our second line, potentially even going to rack up enough points to go up rating and maybe see him on the first line eventually. You never know. So as for the rest of our team, Coyle and Duclair, who's an 84 overall. We do have Kasperi Kapanen, who scored a first goal in our franchise history, along with Derek Stepan, who we got in free agency, Andre Kasha, and the left wing. Philippe Danault is our fourth line center with a 90 face-off rating. He's going to be killing penalties for us. Oliver Bjorkstrand and Adam Ernie at an 82 overall for our fourth line. Things are looking good for chemistry, +1, and +1 for the fourth line. Our first line is 86, 83, and 85 overall. Now, the top pairing defenseman is definitely one of the strengths of our team. Torrey Krug and a 90 overall, Hamilton and 85. A couple of former Boston Bruins reuniting together. You love to see it. Hayden Fleury's up to an 81, D'Angelo 81 as well. We also have Connor Timmins, who's an 80, Oliver Killington, and 81. As for goaltending, we have Holtby. He is now an 88 overall, still elite goalie. Now, the situation for backup. So we do have Laurent Brossoit as our current backup. He didn't have a great year. He went 8-10, save percentage of .903, and a goals against average of 3.01. So the situation here is I'm thinking, do I bring up to Eric Comrie? He's an 81 overall, 25 years old. I can put him as our backup goaltender. If he does well enough, I could look into potentially trading Braden Holtby because I really want Eric Comrie to have some time in the NHL, see how well he does. And I could have Chad Johnson as our starter in the AHL because I don't really want to have Chad Johnson as a 34-year-old as the backup. If I could even have him as a starter, you guys see here what he did in the AHL last year with, I believe that is Springfield. 44, 13, and 4 with a save percentage of .933 and a goals against average of 1.51. Chad Johnson could really carry this Halifax team. As for the lines, we have Leipzig, Wheel, and Hartman on the first line. Austin Reese, Prokhorkin, Kamenev, Kennins, Carlson, Zharkov, as well as Flynn, Playfair, and Kulikov for our forward lines. As for defense, Connor Carrick, Paul Ledoux, who I hope will grow. He's 28 years old. We have Paul Ledoux, and I'm actually probably going to put Philip Broberg on the first line to see what he does for chemistry. But if I do this, so it's still a 0 overall. I want to have Philip Broberg on the first line. Now, I do want to have Philip Broberg on the first line. He's a top 4 D potential. It's only 90, 72 overall. I want him to grow in this year. Sammy Morin's 25 years old. Connor Carrick is 26. So I think I'm going to stay with these lines. This line does have a +3 overall. Going to keep it like that. Okay, guys, so I think this is going to be our goaltending situation for this year. We're going to have Eric Comrie as our backup. Hopefully, he can have a decent amount of games to see if his overall goes up. And, I mean, if he's ready to make the jump in a few years as our starter, we can always potentially trade Holtby. We do have him in a $6.8 million contract for the next 6 years. He's 31 years old. So I think that would be the play to get Eric Comrie some ice time. Potentially moving Braden Holtby, and I want to move him if I do while his value is still high enough. For AHL, we do have a good goaltending tandem with Laurent Brossoit, Chad Johnson, 81 and 80 overall. So I think we are ready for this season, guys. Okay, the preseason is done. We did finish 4-2-1. We did have a big win, 5-0 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The real season will begin. We start off against the Columbus Blue Jackets at home. First of a double header where I'm going to be traveling from Moncton to Toronto the very next day, playing in Toronto. Then we'll be playing in the Big Apple in Toronto. We actually only have one game on Saturday. The first 4 weeks, the first month of play, we only have 2 weekend games. So most of these games are going to be during the week, which is a bit odd. Let's simulate up to the Columbus game. We're going to slow sim that one to begin the year. Hopefully start off in the right track with a W. All right, playing against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Thankfully, we are at home, so if the Blue Jackets score, he won't have to hear that big cannon of theirs ringing in our ears. Let's sim up the game. Let's sim up to the end of the first period, and the score is 1-1. So Torrey Krug, our new captain, gets a goal in the first period. Ryan Murray responds with a goal himself. After 2 periods, it is 3-1 Columbus. Alexander Texier, Tyler Toffoli exchange goals, and Anthony Duclair, 30 seconds in the third period, scores on Tuukka Rask. Our captain has a goal. One of our assistants has a goal. Let's see if our second assistant Mike Hoffman can get a goal on himself. 5-on-4 power play. We cannot capitalize. The shots are pretty much even. 30 seconds left, and it's too little too late. Unfortunately, we do drop the first game of the year. Now we'll be playing against the Toronto Maple Leafs in Toronto. I do expect Comrie to get the start. Will it be his first start in the Atlantic Navigators uniform? We'll find out. So after one, we do start Comrie, and Austin Matthews welcomes him to the NHL this year. And Torrey Krug gets a goal himself. So our captain goals in back-to-back games. After 2 periods, unfortunately, we do give up the lead to them. Alexander Kerfoot gets a goal. Let's sim up the third period, and Oliver Bjorkstrand, our fourth liner, ties the game. You love to see it. 29-19 the shots. Kerfoot gets his second of the game. We have 10 more shots in Toronto. We can't let this one slip away. Come on, guys. I need a big goal right here. Give me a goal from Mike Hoffman in the last 3 minutes. And no, once again, for a second time in 24 hours, we drop a game by 1 goal. A couple of back-to-back 3-2 losses. It's not a good way to start the year, unfortunately, but hopefully we can bounce back. Torrey Krug with a couple of goals himself. Okay, I do want to see if we have any games against the Los Angeles Kings, because they actually got Alexis Lafreniere first overall. They also got the 10th overall pick, which was an elite potential forward like Stutzel that we drafted out of Germany. They drafted Lundell out of Finland. He was actually, I believe, a 70 overall. He was about 7 or 8 overall higher. We do play against the Kings on November 9th, so we're definitely going to have to slow sim that game. Game against Boston, against Torrey Krug's former team, and a game against the Montreal Canadiens. So Philippe Danault will be facing off against his former team for the first time since we picked him up in free agency. They do have Lafreniere over on the third line, so he's going to be an amazing player in real life and in the game as well. Going to be simming up a few weeks here, see if we guys can get in the win column, playing against the New York Rangers, and we lose 6-2. Wow, so 3 losses in a row this year is not going good. We get our first win against the Winnipeg Jets, and then proceed to get shut out by Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins. loss against the Stars. We are 1-6-0. Terrible start to the year. Loss against Ottawa, loss against the Panthers, and we are absolutely getting destroyed every game. Torrey Krug is not happy with the team's performance. I mean, I agree with him. He is a captain. He does need to address the issue. So let's see what he can suggest. Improve our team or make a coaching change. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's the time to fire a coach in a few weeks into the season, but it might be something you want to look at if the team chemistry is not good. I promise here, I'm actually going to try to give it a few more weeks. I really don't want to make this big a decision just in the first month. So we'll see what Torrey Krug says here. A bit of a conflict with the captain. Let's see what he responds with. So he did lose some morale, unfortunately, but I'll give it a few more weeks, and if I see that the ship hasn't turned, as they say, as we are the Navigators, we'll make a change. So we do win 1-0 against the Devils, 3-2 win against the Islanders. So we get a couple of wins there, playing against Alexis Lafrenière, his first game with the Kings versus the Atlantic Navigators. After one period, let's see if we can keep the young star off the board. And it is 2-1. Duclair gets a goal for us. Kempe and Kreider for them. After 2, it is a tie game. Kasha and Schwartz score. Andrzej Kopitar gets a goal on Braden Holtby. And once again, guys, we're heading to third in a close game. And Jaden Schwartz gets another goal. It is 4-3. Hopefully, we can keep this lead. We need a big third period from the boys. Play defensively. And there's a tie game. But Stepan, big free agent acquisition. Jeff Carter responds. It's 5-5. Jonathan Quick and Braden Holtby getting lit up. Kasperi Kapanen scores. It is 6-5. 2 minutes left. Can we win this marathon of a game? We do. What a thrilling game at the Avenir Center. Let's look at the stats for our team. That was insane. Sammy Blais had 3 assists. Kasha and Stepan had 2 points each. Schwartz had 2 goals. Kapanen had a couple of points. A lot of people in the score sheet. Gurion gets an assist as well. So that's great to see. We do have 3 wins in the past 4 games. So I'm going to sim up to the game against Boston Bruins, against Torrey Krug's old team, as we play the Flames and lose 8-3 against the Flyers. A big loss again, 4-2. Wow. Against the Knights, we lose 5-4. So far, pretty terrible. If we don't win this Boston game, I'm looking into making a change either with the coaching staff or with a big trade. Not going good. And we lead 3-1 after the first. So Connor Timmins gets a goal. Henrik Lundqvist is with the Boston Bruins. Jaden Schwartz and Ducat have been lighting it up. Heinen scores for them against Lundqvist. After 2 periods, Derek Stepan gets a goal. McAvoy scores as well. 7-2. Charlie Coyle with a couple of goals against his former team. Duclair is absolutely on fire. Might look into making some line changes. Maybe that's the game that we needed to spark. Charlie Coyle gets 5 points against his former team. Duclair has 3. Torrey Krug with a couple of helpers. Connor Timmins got a goal. I wonder if that was his first NHL goal. I will have to go back and check that for Connor Timmins. An absolute trashing of the Bruins. I'm going to go look into the lines. Maybe that's what we need, a few line changes, as Duclair has 15 points in 18 games. We are last in the division, unfortunately. Let's look at the stats of the guys. So Duclair has 15. Krug has 13. He's a -10 though. Charlie Cole has 11. Schwartz has 10. Bjorkstrand Blais with 8. After that, it kind of drops down. Gurion has 3 goals already. Let's see for Connor Timmins. And that was Connor Timmins' first NHL goal against the Boston Bruins. Welcome to the NHL, buddy. We're going to sim up the Montreal Canadiens game. Philippe Danault, his first game against his old club. He knows how hard it is to score against Carey Price. Hopefully, we can have a big goal on the fourth line from him, or especially some good penalty killing. So after 1, it is 2-1. Sammy Blais Kasperi Kapanen scoring Carey Price, and Ilya Kovalchuk is with the Montreal Canadiens. Wow, interesting. We did start Comrie, and there it is, guys. Philip Danault scores on Carey Price. Dubinsky and Byron get goal for them. Charlie Coyle gets a goal for us. See if we can beat Montreal. We sneak up a win. Oliver Killington and Kovalchuk gets the second of the night. 5-4 win. Again, we've been scoring quite a lot this year, but just letting up goals as well in the process. So a couple of very tough games there. Colorado, Vancouver, playing Nashville, St. Louis. Wow, it's a tough schedule, guys. Going to sim up a few weeks here up to the Toronto game. Hopefully string us some wins. Maybe get a winning streak. As I remember last year, we won, I believe it was 9 in a row at the start of the year. We had a good start. Started to lose around the trade deadline. Now we get 9 goals in 2 games against the Avs and the Canucks. We shut down Nathan McKinnon. We shut down Elias Pettersson. That is not easy to do. Shutout against the Wild. So things are looking up. We only allowed 4 goals in 4 games. 3 goals in 4 games. Shootout loss against the Blues. So Mike Hoffman is upset that he's not playing more. He's on the first line as well as the first power play line. So I'm not sure what he's saying. Our current lineup makes the most sense for a team. Hope can be a team player here. See what he says. Needs me out there more is all I have to say. So, I mean, honestly, I'm not quite sure what else he's asking. He is playing top line minutes and on the first power play unit. Hopefully his morale changes as we lose back-to-back games, get shut out. We are getting scored on way too often. The coach is right for sure. I'm going to agree with him. Not going good so far. Need to upgrade our defensemen. So let's see here. Good plan to acquire a new defenseman for our team, but I'll need time. I'm definitely going to look out to what we can do to get a new defenseman. He's going to check back in 2 weeks, guys. So we have 2 weeks to try to straighten up our defensive core. Hopefully that will have good results. A couple of wins here. So we win against the Blue Jackets. Toronto are 29-3. So they have 43 points in December. Wow, what a start by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's see here if we can beat the tough team there. 0-0 after 1, after 2, 0-0. Wow. So not a lot of goals, and Alex Kerfoot scores. Eric Comrie does seem to have a lot of play time so far as they get a power play, kill of the power play. 9 minutes to go. Can we get one past the Maple Leafs goaltender? And it's not looking like we're going to be able to. Andreas Johnsson gets the empty netter. We lose 2-0. And I actually had Andrew Hammond in net. He gets a 20-save shutout. Alright, so I've been playing around with a few trade offers. I proposed a lot of trades for various defensemen. Not been able to make anything work. I'm going to try a blockbuster trade right here. So I did use the find trade option for Braden Holtby. The Predators do want to give us Ekholm for Holtby with a third. So I'm going to try to get, if I can, Philip Forsberg at the same time. Basically, we swap Holtby for Forsberg in terms of cap space. So 6.8 needs 6. We get a very good defenseman in Mattias Ekholm. Ekholm is 30 years old, 85 overall. He's a top 4 exact defenseman. Philip Forsberg, we know how good he is, 86, 26 years old. He will be a first-line forward for us. Gonna give see if I can give them the Colorado pick that we got in that trade with McDonough last year. Be the pick for this year. Now Colorado gonna be a very good team. Their pick is not gonna be very high in the draft. See if I can give them a second as well, just to try and make it a bit more even. Trade value pretty close. I'm not sure if it's gonna go through. Maybe had to put in another pick, but the reason I'm trading Holtby, he's at 31. He's 88. He's already gone down a bit, and he's not having a great year. So I definitely want to trade him while he still has some value. We have Eric Comrie, who is hopefully going to be our starting goalie moving forward. Now, I am recording this a different day from the first part of the video. It's early in the morning. You can tell my voice is probably a bit different, but I did not have a chance to record a full episode when I was recording on Thursday. This is Saturday morning, so I'm going to still continue at the same point we were in the season. We're 14, 18, and 1. Let's see if this trade goes through. Will we get Ekholm and Forsberg for Holtby and a couple of picks? And let's go! Matthias Ekholm and Philip Forsberg. Welcome to the team. A blockbuster trade. Holtby, we got him as a free agent. Unfortunately, hasn't turned out well for us. I do not want to risk anything. I want to trade him while his value is still there. He is at 31. In terms of Ekholm, he's an expiring contract, so we'll hopefully be able to re-sign him. He's 85, so he's a very solid defenseman. He's 30, so I mean, he's going to be good for another few years for sure. Philip Forsberg's an absolute stud. He's making just over $6 million. Like I said, he's on a 1 year, so we're looking to lock up Forsberg as well in the next free agency. I'm going to offer him a big contract. I definitely want to keep him. As for Ekholm, our coach said that we definitely needed to improve our defense. So that's one thing I did need to do for our team. These are going to be the lines for the team moving forward. So we have Blais along with Forsberg and Hoffman, the 6th first line. We have Coyle along with Gurion and Duclair. Actually, now moving Gurion on the right wing. I didn't notice he's a right winger, so I didn't want him to grow on his good wing. Same as Blais, put him on the first line, hopefully make him grow. It's up to 82 overall. Stepan with Schwartz and Kapanen, honestly a really good third line and a very good fourth line in Daniel Kasha and Borgstrand. The offense is looking solid. The coach did want us to improve our defense, which we did. Krug, Hamilton still a first pairing. Timmins along with Matthias Ekholm. So we have 385 plus. Everyone's 80 plus. Fleury and D'Angelo are our bottom pairing. Matthias Ekholm here is a +1, so it's an 86. For those of you who don't know, Hayden Fleury is Cal Fleury's brother that plays for Montreal Canadiens. Canadiens also have Nick Suzuki, and his bro Ryan Suzuki is a draft pick of the Carolina Hurricanes. So fun fact for you guys, if you didn't know, coming next year, we should see 2 pairs of brothers playing each other when the Habs play the Canes in real life. As for goaltending, do have Eric Comey's going to handle the starting spot. Brossois, very good backup, 81 overall. AHL team, I'm going to have Chad Johnson as our starter over there. We did actually end up trading Ernie for a defensive prospect from the Arizona Coyotes and a couple of picks. Ernie's off the books for that we believe it was $1.4 million. We're not going to use him anyway. He would be waiver eligible. If you put him to AHL, it'd probably get taken away for free anyway. So you get a 67 overall prospect from the Coyotes. I did notice we do play one game against the Nashville Predators after that big blockbuster trade. Ekholm, Forsberg for Holtby and some picks. Now, they do not have Rene anymore. They have Holtby and Saros in net. So I'm going to be simming up a few weeks with the new look team that we have. See if we can do good. We actually made some trades very early in the year. The coach is very happy we kept our promise. So there we go. That's the addition of Matthias Ekholm. Improving our top 4. Gain a +1 morale. So there you go, guys. Successful moves right there. It took a lot of time and patience and ended up making it happen. I am not going to take this trade. I'm not going to give away Fleury and Kasha right now to the Habs. Declining the trade. We do win the first game with our first full game with our lineup. New York Islanders have fired their head coach. So not looking good in Long Island. Big loss there against the Jets, 6-3. We do get a big win against the Penguins. And shoot a loss against the Stars. So I'm going to be simming up a few more weeks here. So we do win 1-0 against the Red Wings. A couple of losses in a row, which is good because I definitely want to see if we can end up one of the bottom teams and potentially even get a lottery pick. I'm actually going to sim up all the way to the trade deadline, guys. Do a whole lot of simming real quick. I don't want the episode to be too long with the trades that we did. Gonna see how we do at the trade deadline. Okay, we have a big trade here, guys. A big trade. So the Red Wings actually wanted a first-round pick of next year. Not this year, next year. Tim Stützle. Now, he was this medium elite potential forward drafted 9th overall. He only has 9 points in the Dell right now. They want to give us a third and Philip Zadina. 85 overall. Medium elite potential. He's 21 years old. he's having a pretty good year over in Detroit, 33 points in 50 games. So, I mean, we have a first round pick for this year already, 2021, which I know that will be a very good pick, potentially even a lottery pick. Stutzel, he's going to be good in a few years, but I mean, it's hard to pass up on an 85 overall, basically like an improved version of Stutzel. He's 2 years older, only 2 years older, and he's 22 overall more. We would give up a first round pick for next year. We would still have, as you guys can see here, I'm going to go through my picks real quick. We did end up giving a second in that trade for to the Preds. We still have our first round for this year. We actually have a first round already for next year as well. From the Florida Panthers. I'm 100% going to take this trade, guys. We lose up on a good prospect, but no guarantee it's going to pan out. We get an 85 overall. He's only 21, Zadina, so he's going to grow. Former first-round pick, 6 overall. He's on an expiring contract, so we'll be able to lock him up after that. We have $7 million of cap space, so we can work around that for next year. All right, Philip Zadina, welcome to the team. All right, so now our team is looking real nice, guys. Hoffman, Blais, Forsberg, Coyle, Duclair, Zadina. So with the +1, Forsberg's an 87, Zadina's an 86. Gurion, Stepan, and Schwartz, all 83 plus our third line. Our fourth line is basically 82, 83, and 83. So I'm honestly very happy with this forward line. The only question is, can we keep these guys after this year when it comes to terms that their contracts are over? I'm confident we can. Team status is still hopeful. Looking forward to the end of the year here. So Forsberg, like I mentioned, 41 points. So as you can see here, we are still last in division, 6 behind the Senators. So if we can keep losing, we can improve our team drastically. We made some big changes. And if we could potentially get a lottery pick, this could be a huge year for us. Philip Zadina, sorry how he's playing out there. He hasn't even played a game yet. All right, so I know he's going to get out of it. He hasn't even played a game yet. Come on, Zadina. Keep your head up, buddy. Play a game with our team first, then we can discuss. So, oh, look at that. His morale went up. Hasn't even played a game yet. First game, Zadina in the lineup against the Capitals. Unfortunately, we'll lose 5-1. Playing against the Lightning here. This is going to be a trade. A first round from the Boston Bruins for Timmins, Kamenev, and a fourth. I know the Bruins are a good team. Just going to take a look at their record. Yeah, 30, 15, and 7. No, thank you. That first round pick is going to be way late in the draft. Not going to give up Timmins for that. Big win against the Bolts, 5-1. Playing against the Montreal Canadiens, we lose 3-1 against Carey Price. We do have a game against the oh my! I seen Axel Anderson's name on the screen, and I gotta look at this because Axel Anderson, he's playing with the Moncton Wildcats in real life. One of my favorite players of the team. I've seen him play multiple times. I'm telling you guys, this guy is a very good skater. He just flows with the puck so smoothly. He has great IQ, great vision. 21 years old, 72 overall, medium top 4D. He's having a great year with the Wildcats in the game, 39 points in 32 games. Not too familiar with his points in real life. I know he's doing pretty good. But I don't think I'm going to take the trade. I mean, just like personally, on a personal level, I really like the guy, giving that he plays for my local team. But I don't want to give up Fleury. He's going to be a stud for us. He's up to an 82 overall at 24 years old. A third, Kamenev, and a fifth as well. It's quite a lot to give up for Anderson, who's only a 72 at 21. So I'm not going to take the deal, but I found it was pretty cool that given he plays for the Moncton Wildcats in real life, Bruins prospect, cool to see that trade pop up. All right, guys. So actually, Anthony Duclair went to speak with us twice. I tried to stop the simulation. I couldn't, but I was able to stop it right at the Nashville game. So we're going to be able to slow sim that one 100%. The return of Braden Holtby to Moncton against the Atlantic Navigators. Now, Duclair was upset. He wasn't playing as much good ice time. And look at that. He's up to an 85 overall. You know what, Duclair? You've earned your spot, buddy. He wanted better chemistry, wanted better line mates. I think that will spark him to get more points. 32 points in 56 games. Blais up to an 83. Forsberg Philip Forsberg has 17 points in 23 games. That's very good. Zadina's up to an 86 overall at 21 years old, guys. This was a steal of a trade, I believe. The top 6 is looking amazing. I'm going to put Duclair up there. I'm actually going to put him up on the power play. Give him some power play minutes instead of Kasha. I think we need to put Duclair up there now, especially that it's an 86. So I'm going to put Duclair. Especially that he's in 85, I'm sorry. So Zadina's a left shot. Duclair's a left shot as well. So, I mean, we're going to make it happen here. Going to make it work. Yeah, so that should be good, guys. So we have Duclair there. He's going to get some power play time. Has first line minutes. So I think he's going to be happy with that. Let's source him the game against the Nashville Predators. I can't believe how good our team is right now with us being at the bottom there anyway. So if we can get a lottery pick on top of that, and if we can keep the guys in free agency, I mean, this would definitely be one of the better seasons I've had in using franchise mode. So it's in the game against the Nashville Predators. The first game against Braden Holtby, Ekholm and Forsberg playing against their former team. And after the first, it is 3-1. We scored 3 goals against our former goaltender, including Matthias Ekholm. Welcome to the team. Scores against his former team. Hayden Fleury and Torrey Krug with goals. Carl Youngcroft gets 1. We actually started Laurent Brossois as Carl Youngcroft gets 1 himself. No goals after the second. At the end of the game, it is a 3-1 win. So that will be it. Ekholm ends up getting the game-winning goal against his former team. Let's see, Forsberg any points. Blais had 2 points. Zadina had an assist. Duclair, Fleury, Hoffman, and Krug. Forsberg, no goals, no points. We did have 2 shots and a +2. You'll love to see it. Brossois with the win. Alright, guys, so we're going to make this trade here. Oliver Bjorkstrand. We did move him off of the team just because for the trade with Zadina had pushed him out. He's a 78 overall, 25 years old. He's waiver eligible, so if you put him down in the minors, he would go on waivers first, probably get taken. We're going to send him back to his old team, the Blue Jackets. We'll get a couple of picks. We'll get a couple of picks from the Blue Jackets, sending him off to his former team, a 3rd and a 4th. They're not a great team, 24, 32, and 4, so hopefully those picks will be... So it should be decent picks. We're going to also get Trey Fix-Wolanski, top 9 for potential. 70 overall, 21 years old. He's going to be in our AHL team. He's going to make that trade for Bjorkstrand. So we're going to take a quick look here at the Halifax Battalion. We actually have 69 points right now. 51 points in 59 games for Braden Leipzig. So he's leading the team here in Halifax. Going to see the points total. So he's 80 overall, 23 goals, 24 goals for Vladislav Kamnev, 46. Hartman, 46 points as well. Jordan Wheel, 44. Aston Reese, 42. So some good point totals as for Sammy Morin there. And Philip Robert, 23 points in 59 games. Gonna check goaltending. Probably gonna be a tandem there. Yeah, so Johnson, 18, 12, and 2. 901 and a 274 goals against, so definitely not bad. As for NHL, Conry 12, 18, and 2, so he did have a tough year there in behind. So he did have a tough year between the pipes. Krug, 45 points right there, so a really good year for him. He's a -17. Ekholm, 20 points in 59 games total. As for our forwards so far, definitely Philip Forsberg leading the way. Not a lot of goal scorers, but a lot of assists. So it looks like the goals are pretty much just spread forward. The goals are spread around. Sammy Blais, 42 points in 59 games. That's great. Zadina, Hoffman, Duclair. Coyle, Gurianov has 26. So not bad at all. Gonna sim up a few more weeks here. Gonna get the rest of the season done. Edmonton Oilers get Chris Kreider, Ryan Strome for a first. Skinner and Ivanov to the Kings. Wow, so some pretty big moves across the NHL. We're not going to make any more trades. We did our trades earlier in the year, so nothing right at the trade deadline. Philip Zadina, his return to Detroit, playing against his former team. Let's see if Zadina can get on the board with a goal after one period. It is 3-2, so Kasha and Schwartz goal for us. Sveshnikov, Manta, and Atanasiu against Laurent Brossois. We actually take the lead, Mike Hoffman and Tony D'Angelo against Robin Leonard, and we get a win. Jay Bouwmeester scores for them, Andre Kasha for us. So we beat the Detroit Red Wings 5-4. It's nice to get wins, but in this situation, if I'm 100% honest, I'm not looking to win too many games. We want to finish as low as we can to get the better draft pick. See if you have any games against the Habs for the end of the year. We don't. Gonna sim up a few more weeks here, see how we do. A loss against the Flyers and a loss against the Golden Knights. So we're actually 3 points behind the Habs. Gonna sim up to the Buffalo game. We are not going to be last in the league, I don't believe. No, not by a long shot. But if you can get like maybe a top 3 pick, that would be good. So it looks like we're going to be finishing last in the division, guys. So we're going to have a very good pick in this year's draft. 5, 6, 7 losses in a row to finish off the year. So, I mean, you want to win games, but in situation, you want to lose as much as you can. So we're going to see how the point totals are looking. Going to take a look around the league and continue up to the playoffs. All right, guys, so I'm going to go through the standings here. We finished with 78 points, so last in the division. Buffalo actually wins the Atlantic with 113 points. Leafs and Bruins right behind him, and the Panthers and Sens in playoff position. The Metro, the Flyers and Devils at the top. The Penguins there with 41 points. Did anyone have 50 wins? So yeah, the Sabres and the Leafs, both with 50 wins. St. Louis Blues, 50 wins right on the dot, 109. The Stars, the Wild, and the Jets. As for the Pacific, the Sharks, the Coyotes, Knights, and the Flames are at the top there. I'm going to take a quick look here at the Florida Panthers. As for the entire league, the Buffalo Sabres actually win the President's Trophy. We're going to take a look at how bad we finished. I think we're going to be bottom 4, probably. I don't think we're going to be bottom 3. So, actually 26. So, there's actually 6 teams ahead of us that finish bottom. So, I'm not sure if we're going to have a chance to get that draft lottery pick. It's definitely going to be tough to get a top pick there. As for points for our team, Torrey Krug, 65 points for a leading pointer. There's Zadina, 59. Forsberg, 57 with 27 goals. Hoffman, 26 as well. Hoffman with 51. Coyle with 44. Duclair, Shorts. Gurion with a good year. They're 37 as a rookie. See what else we have here. So Fleury finished with 16. Timmins with 13 points as well. As for goaltending, Comrie didn't have a solid year. Brossois as well. So definitely looking to improve for the following year. Going to take a look at the entire NHL here. All right, so Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, 112 and 110. They're definitely going to blow by those point totals in real life. Start of December, they already have 50 points. So Clayton Keller with a massive year, 102 points, 35 goals. Eichel with 99. Ovi, 55 goals. Seguin, Erik Karlsson, 96. So he's probably going to win the Norris. You guys can see here the rest of the guys. See here where Crosby is, 87. Pacioretty with 50 goals. Gonna go through goal totals here. So Ovechkin with a Maurice Richard. Pacioretty not far behind. Skinner actually had a big year with 46 goals. As for defenseman, Erik Karlsson, 96 points and a plus 13. That's definitely gonna give him the Norris, 24 goals. Ekblad, a big year. Burns, Torrey Krug actually finished 4th in defensive points, so that's pretty good. Goaltending, let's see who led the league. Marc-Andre Fleury, 40 wins, 909 save percentage, and a 286 goals against. Jones, Binnington, Dubnyk, Bishop there, so the guys we expect to be at the top. As for save percentage, Hammond there, Hutton, Ranta, Binnington for basically if our starting goalie had the better save percentage. Goals against, I'm sorry. As for goals against, let's see here. It's going to be Devin Dubnyk and Binnington both sharing that. I'm going to check rookie skaters here. See how Lafreniere did for the Vegas Golden Knights. And let's see here. Lafreniere actually only had 32 points in 82 games. Smirnov had 1682, so he was the second overall pick in the draft of the past year. Zadina, 59 points. So he actually had 26 points in 32 games. So probably going to be the runner-up for the Calder. He had 35 goals, Smirnoff. Wow, so Schlappick there, 55. Morgan Frost with 50. Timashal with 47. Gurianov, 37. So we have two of the top 6 rookie skaters. So that's great for goaltending. And the Djokovic had, let's see here, the record. Going to go all the way to the left. So had 35, 29, and 4. So pretty good, pretty decent rookie year, I would say, for Nedeljkovic. So the playoff tree is going to be the Sharks and the Flames, the Coyotes and the Kings, Blues, Jets, Stars, Wild. In the East, it's going to be the Sabres against the Sens. I don't think it's going to happen in real life, though. Bruins and the Leafs meet once again, guys. Devils and the Penguins, and the Flyers and the Panthers. So I'm going to be simming up to the draft and see who wins the Stanley Cup. Alright guys, so the Vegas Golden Knights have won their first ever Stanley Cup. The Stockton Heat wins the Calder Cup. So there you go, Vegas Stanley Cup champions. Marc-Andre Fleury, another Stanley Cup to add to his resume. Pacioretty had that huge year. And for the draft, we dropped to 8th overall. So that's pretty tough. Chicago actually gets first overall pick. Nashville actually gets second overall. They moved up from 4th to 2nd. LA gets number 3. The Islanders go from 1st to 4th. So as for retired players, Patrick Marleau finished with just over 1,200 points. Marion Gaborik, Derek Roy, Stratford are going to be retired players. As for goaltending here, any notable goaltendings? Any notable goaltenders? No, Peter Zhakov and Paparley. So Patrick Marleau and Brad Richardson are now scouts for the Anaheim Ducks, so that's pretty interesting. Patrick Marleau played most of his career with the Sharks. He's now a scout for one of their California rivals, Anaheim. Here we are at the draft, guys. So as you guys can see here, the Vegas Golden Knights are the Stanley Cup champions. Gonna look at the playoff tree here. And they actually beat the Leafs in 7 games. So Toronto finally beat Boston in the playoffs. They beat their cross-province rivals. They beat the Flyers. They actually came within 1 game. Toronto Maple Leafs down in 4. The Golden Knights actually had a fairly easy road to the Cup. They beat the Coyotes in 6. They beat the Flames, sweeping them in 4. Beat the Stars in 5. And then beat the Leafs. So yeah, pretty interesting playoff tree right there. As for the Navigators, I'm actually going to check how our AHL team did. AHL here. So the Halifax Battalion, we actually finished 4th in the league. We actually finished 4th in the division. Obviously, we didn't get that playoff win. Stockton Heat won the Calder Cup. As for the awards, I'm actually going to go to the awards of last year as well, as I had lost part of the footage of the video. So Golden Knights and the Bruins for the President's Trophy. The Sabres, Coyotes won it last year. Clarence Campbell Bowl against the Leafs, of course. As for individual awards, so the Art Ross goes to McDavid. Obviously, last year, Tavares with 57 goals, 100 some points. He won it last year. Hart goes to Leon Draisaitl. Norris goes to Erik Karlsson. We all seen that coming. Lady Byng goes to Clayton Keller. Had that huge year with over 100 points. Calder goes to Smirnov. So we lose out on the Calder. Hughes got it last year. Zadina just shy of Smirnov, but with those, I believe it was 35 goals. Definitely deserves that. Conn Smythe goes to Jonathan Marchessault. Vesna goes to Devin Dubnyk. Jennings goes to Jordan Binnington. Bill Masterton goes to Robert Hagg. And Jack Adams goes to the Sens coach. Selke goes to O'Reilly for a 3rd year in a row. Used to be, the memes were, it's the Patrice Bergeron trophy. Looks like it's going to become the Ryan O'Reilly trophy now. Ted Lindsay goes to Leon Draisaitl, of course. And Ovechkin gets a Maurice Rocket Richard, his 3rd in 4 years. Art Ross, of course, McDavid. So, yeah, those are the awards for this year. Right, so that's going to do it for the video, guys. A very an interesting episode. A lot of events. We made some big trades. Looking forward to the draft next year. I'm going to see if I can maybe move up. We do have a top 10 pick for a second year in a row. Fortunately, not a lottery pick. Let's see what happens in the next episode, guys. We're going to have to re-sign a lot of players. Thank you for watching. Do leave a like if you enjoy. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.